Hi, welcome to Happy Painting. What a beautiful day it is today. And I've got a real exciting picture. This will be a mystery picture though. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. This is black gesso on the canvas. That's a primer coat that I put on and I let it dry. And after it dried, I put a thin coat of liquid clear on here. This canvas is very wet. And then I even put an undercoat of color, phthalo blue and phthalo green, very thin coat. So there is color there, even though you can't see it. It'll pop out later. And this is little Squirt. He's my sidekick. Comes with me everywhere. Right, Squirt? My little buddy. Sometimes he's good. Oh, you got a little clicks now? Okay. Is that all you're going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is put in a little sky. So, I got a round brush. I think that's going to be my cloud brush. Are you going to chit-chat now? That'll be news. I'm going to tap this round brush into some titanium white. And when I come up there and I'll decide that that's a little cloud shape, it's picking up the undercolor. We'll make little cloud shapes. You can make them any way you want to make them. There's no right way or wrong way. I don't want a lot of paint up here right now though. I'm putting it on, but we won't want a lot yet. And maybe, okay, we're going to mix this all in, make our little happy sky. Okay, that might be a good beginning. So, white, titanium white is an opaque color, so now you can see the color I have underneath. And I'm going to want to do some little mixing up. A clean 1-inch brush, that'll do it. We can, little X's, little taps. Little X's, I think tapping, might be a tapping day. Oh, might be an Xing day. Whatever. Little X's works. So Squirt, you're very interested in chewing today? Yeah? This is your chewing day? Yes, yes, yes. So you got your paints all picked out and you got a corner of the house and you've told everyone in the house that this is my painting corner, leave it alone. So you can leave your things out. And then you can kind of, when you want to sit down and paint, it'll all be ready to go. That's the best way. Whatever you do, don't go in the cellar to paint. Pick out a little spot in the house that's in front of a window so you can enjoy the birds and things. And cellars are too depressing for painting. I don't recommend that. All right. Oh! What a little bird taking to chewing my canvas. I might come back in and just put another little hint of a cloud in there. I just tapped it in. I just tapped the paint in. And then I come with the brush and kind of tap it a little and do little tiny circles a little and then maybe smooth it out a little. Whoops, smooth it out too much, it'll go away, that's for sure. Okay. Merciful heaven. There we go. So we're probably done with this guy. We certainly took enough time playing with that. Okay. Now there's a faraway hill. Faraway hill. I'm going to use my favorite little filbert brush just to put that in. And my faraway hill, well, this is a dark picture, so it's going to be a dark faraway hill. Let's take some, I've got phthalo green mixed with Van Dyke brown. I think I'll just add a little white to it so I can see what that is. Okay, that's good. And I'm looking for the top edge of the hill. That's all I want to put in there. Little phthalo green with a little Van Dyke brown. And my little far away, well, maybe it goes right over there, right into Squirt's territory. Squirt, you missed that. I was in your territory. You didn't even see me. You didn't even see me. Nope. And as I paint that hill in, I'm just looking at that top edge. I want that top edge to be nice and neat. I don't really care what's happening down here yet. I just got that edge the way I wanted it. And a little more paint there. Okay, that's my little faraway hill. Gee, tapping worked before, I bet it'll work again. In fact, the brush I used, it's got white on it. I'm going to wipe it off, get some of the white off. Oh, Squirt's going to get in trouble today. And if I tap straight in and stay away from the top edge is done. But if I tap in under the top edge, I'm developing kind of a misty look. That's part of the plan. The misty look. Okay, that's part of the plan. There is a plan. Well, there's a plan to everything. There's a plan to life, but it just doesn't have to be my plan. It's God's plan. And that's good. I'm glad I don't have to worry about the big things. Now I can just kind of worry about the little things. I'll let God worry about the big things. Okay. Oh, Squirt's going upstairs to the... We'll probably never see him again. So, nice little tap-ins. That's given me... Because there was a little bit of white left over on this brush, I got a little glow happening. In fact, maybe I'll put another hill in there. One more little quickie hill. Phthalo, Van Dyke Brown, Phthalo Green. It might be here. Same thing. I'm looking at the top edge, making that do what I want it to do. And see this filbert brush, boy, it just glides right on there. Okay. Another one of those. And I will just pick up a little bit of titanium white on the brush this time. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bang in, tap in the bottom edge of this hill. Stay away from the top edge. And we just get another layer of mist. Yeah, mist is wonderful. Mist is your friend. Fog and mist. It makes everything easy as can be. I think I'll just pick up a little tad more of the white so that I can lighten this up in here. What do you think, Squirt? Looking good so far? I want something I can put my trees in front of, so that's what I'm going to do right there. So this is painting number 19. Got to remember that. Painting number 19. If you send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, my address will be up on the screen at the end of the show. I will send you the materials list and the directions for this painting. It's absolutely free, and then you can be doing it at home. Okay, that's good enough for the second hill. I got that under control. I'm going to throw in, let's see, some little faraway pine trees. Little faraway pine trees. So they're going to be the same thing, kind of phthalo green, Van Dyke Brown. Oh, I was picking up a little white so it's not quite so dark. Let's see. Pick up a little white. Okay. Small fan brush. And some little faraway trees in here. I make the whole tree. Gee, that's not dark enough. You can't see it, see? So we're going to go back and darken that right up. Alright, want to be able to see it. I make the whole tree with the corner of the fan brush. And I just tap it into the canvas with the corner of the fan brush. And this fan brush stays nice and flat. I just come to the canvas with the corner of the fan brush, tap it in. And I got one there, so maybe I got another one here. And this one's going to be a little bigger. And it's got to be dark enough so I can see it, I guess. Huh? Okay. And then we put... Well, you're going to chit-chat now, but it doesn't sound like anything I recognize. There might be a little one right there. Yes. Oh, sure. Just sit up there and nobody knows where you are. Yeah, and we don't know where you are. Let's see. I could see some little bushes down here. So I'm just tapping them in with the fan brush. Okay.
Hi, Squirt.
Yes, well, behave yourself, Squirt. This is working. You be quiet. This is working. We don't want to hear all that chit-chat. You want to come down and visit? Come on. Come down and visit. Yeah, You want to sit there and watch the painting? That's your place. I got my little trees. You can hardly see them. That's just the way I had planned it. And under there, I'm going to smooth out the bottom. And I'm going to say that's where my water's going to go. And if I take a little liquid white on my small knife and come right up here and scrape in a water line. And that'll also pick up the color under the canvas. So it's almost, we don't need any color. All we in this picture is, we're going to paint this picture with white. That'll pick up the undercolor and just give a suggestion of a little bit of water. This is still, we're still far away. This is our far away stuff. Squirt, you want your peanut now? You want your peanut? Huh? You interested in that? Okay, that'll keep him busy and out of trouble. That's our little water, and that's our little faraway trees. So far, so good. You know, maybe those trees could have a little highlight on them. We could see them better. We'll take a small fan. We'll get some light color. Probably liquid white. I got a little Indian yellow and red. Just kind of a peachy glow. And I might just touch these little trees. I can see them better. We don't want to overdo this though, because it's still far away. Okay, best stop. Somebody stop me. That'll do for that. Now you know what I see in this picture? This is the surprise. I see a waterfall. Are we ready? I'm never ready for a waterfall. Okay, so I always when I'm doing a waterfall, I take a good long time to load my brush. And actually, I tell my students I'm really saying a novena as I load my brush so that we can do this. A waterfall is always best if you do it in one shot. Don't want to go over it and over it and over it. So, you know, gotta know where you're going. Don't we all wish we knew where we were going? I give it a little sideways pull and then I go down. That's my technique of getting it there. And maybe I'll just do one more little, and maybe I better quit, because that would be a first time if I knew when to quit. Never happened before. But that's about it. If I start to fiddle with that and go over it, I'm just going to get myself in trouble. So I'll leave it. It's got a little wobble here. I'm not happy with that. But I could take this brush and just from the bottom, give it a slight little hit and maybe straighten that out a little. Maybe straighten that out a little. Okay, so it's got a wobble. It's going to have a wobble. That's that. Now that I got my waterfall dropped in, now I can put all the rocks around it. So I'm going to use my knife, and I'm going to use Van Dyke Brown. Van Dyke Brown. And waterfalls are one of the favorite paintings in our studio. Everybody loves to do the waterfall. And they're very nice. They come out nice. Oops. I'm taking Van Dyke Brown. I'm just laying it in with the knife. I knew I wanted the rock to be higher than the waterfall. That was part of the plan. And I will build it up on the sides. And I'm just laying in a little Van Dyke Brown. And I even went over the waterfall there. That's okay. That's okay. And then it's got to be over here too, I guess. Has to have a little rock on both sides. Don't have to be too terribly neat now. Just kind of get it on there. And I'll say, oh, easy for you to say. Now, this technique of painting is really easy. It's very forgiving. You can do things over again if they don't come out right. No problem. This is low stress, lots of fun painting. Now that I've got my dark on there, I'm going to highlight those rocks. I got a little titanium white. I got a little dark sienna, which is really light brown. Maybe just a tad of black in it. A little roll of paint on the knife, and just kind of run it across the top of the rock. That might be too much. Maybe I'll go for more. Oh, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And we'll run it across the top of the rock. That'll kind of give the rock a flat top. That would be good. And we'll run it down in the front of the rock, and that'll give it a... Now you don't need to do too much of this, like that's about it. Yeah. Just keep the focus, keep your eye focused right on that waterfall. Now the bottom of the rock, let's see, I'll go back to my nice little round brush that I was banging the mist in before. And I might even just whisper titanium white on it. Don't want much. And that's too much white. I'm backing up. I'm going to get a cleaner brush. I'm going to tap in where the brown meets the canvas. Just give it a little bit of tapping. Soften the edge of that rock. So you like that peanut, huh, Squirt? That went down really fast. Plus he dropped the shells all over my palette. But that's happened before. We're not worried about that. It's happened before. Okay, now I'll come in with the brush with the white on it. And come in here with a few ups and downs. And the whole thing's going to start to look like mist. Maybe. What do you think, Squirt? Maybe. This tapping technique, this really works for me. If you come up here and you do this, try to do this slide and try to do this stroke, that doesn't work. This just straight in tapping works. Okay. So don't go in there and try stroking this in. I'll pick up just a little more white now. And at the bottom of my waterfall, this is the misty foamy stuff that happens down there. And we'll just put a little of that in. I'm trying to be really sparing with this white because it will get in my way if I overdo that. Okay. So now we'll just tap it a little, make it nice. Tap, 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 tap. See? What an easy technique, you know? All you got to be able to do is tap that little brush in there. Tap that little brush in there. You can do this. You can do this. That's my motto in my studio. You can do this. Hey, Squirt. Okay, so I might as well just, I don't know, run all over the place. That's our waterfall. This picture is a dark landscape. It's kind of on the green side and it has a dark aura to it. That's part of the plan. Well, I think it's time for some big pine trees. Major big pine trees. Gotta look. Every once in a while I stick a brush right in a pile of paint. And then when you pick the brush up you get a big surprise. That's happened before. I'll go for a large fan. I'm going to load this fan with what I call dark stuff. This is there's some phthalo green, Van Dyke brown, a little bit of black. I even put a little sap green in here. Basically it's dark stuff. And I can see a big pine tree over here, so you got to get brave. I'll come up to the canvas and I'll give it one little hit so I know where I'm going. And the whole rest of the tree I'm going to make with the corner of the fan brush. And I'll come in the middle, hit a few times. I'll hit to the right, I'll hit in the middle, I'll hit to the left, hit in the middle, hit to the right. I might have to reload my brush. Takes lots of paint to make a pine tree. And then I'll just keep traveling. I'm taking this pine tree all the way down to here, so don't get too scared. But down we go. This is almost like, there's so much paint on there now, it's almost like pine tree sculpture. Because I like that. It gives texture to your painting. Okay, so it's kind of a hit and run. Try to avoid those slides. They don't work for you. Alright, well that guy's there. We'll come back and highlight him in a minute. But let's get a few more guys over here. And these guys are big too, so I know I better start up there. Oh, I'm in Squirt's territory. Oh, I always get in trouble over here. Right? Oh, Squirt, you're not even bothering with me now, huh? Okay, alright, don't bother with me. It's okay. I'm reloading with paint because this is a big tree, and as I move down, I'm running out of paint. And now it's just a fill in, you know, there's nothing to this now except getting that tree filled in. so there's that one. But I do think I want just one more little guy right here. Gee, isn't this fun? We decide where everything goes. We decide where the mountain goes. We decide where the trees go. I make it up, you know. You make it up too. You don't need to copy this just the way it looks. You put your trees and your hills any way you want. Only makes it nicer. I am going to highlight those trees. Let's see. Oh, I had this little brush. I'll try this one again. Liquid white, kind of a peachy orange color. It's Indian yellow, bright red, with titanium white in it. Let's try that. And this is a little hit and run too. Little edges. And maybe I'll come over and do that over here. Yes. So you will be able to do this. You might struggle just a little bit at first, but have faith. You will be able to do this. I wiped the brush off. I had a lot of paint on it, and I just want to do a little of this without so much paint coming off. And I'm going to soften this one too. I want to keep the painting kind of dark. Maybe I'll even come soften this one. I want to put some more highlights in the trees, but I'm ready now to go for more of a green. So let me try this. Oh yeah, okay. More of a green. And we'll put some, because this would be like shadow down here. Shadow, 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 shadow. Shadow, 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 shadow. Okay, so I better get out of there before I get into more trouble. Let me take my liner brush, and the same dark stuff I made the trees out of, I'm going to thin it down with thinner. Load up my liner brush and maybe give myself a few little twiggies in here. Twiggies. The twiggies are my favorite thing. Probably because they always look good. And your twiggies will look good too. You can do this. Because I want you to write to me and let me know how things are going. Let me know what the problems are. I'll kind of help you out. Yeah, so that's probably enough of that. So we're down here now. You know what we need? I bet you know what we need. More mist. Sure, more mist. Titanium white. Wipe it off though. You don't want any big surprises. And let's just tap straight in. We can go right up in that tree and bring some of that color down. Even tap straight in. It's a mystery. It's a mystery waterfall. You like that little mystery? Has a happening thing. You're under this tree too. You kind of tap that in. Okay, so that brings us down to the bottom of the canvas, and now we have to decide what we're going to do to the bottom of the canvas. I'm going to put a little more mist right here where the waterfall is. And then under that, maybe I'll just smooth it out a little, and we'll think to ourselves that when the water gets down to here, it starts to smooth out. It could even be water over there. It could even be. Now I know I'm going to put something over there. Let's see. I'll go for my oval top brush and my dark stuff, and maybe just give myself a little bush line in here on this side, and fill it in a little. Oops, look out for that. Okay, fill it in a little. This can stay the way it is. I kind of like that. I want to highlight that bush line. Probably I'll go for the orange mix first and see how that works. If that doesn't work, well, that could work right there. But then you might want to get a little darker, so I pick up some of my green mix and use that back here. Okay, keep it dark, keep it dark, keep it dark. I like it dark. Don't want to fill it all in with white. It's a good time now to maybe add some twiggies right here. This is a good place, see? See how nice they're going to show? And when you're at home, you can take your time and you can make the nicest little twiggy trees for yourself. But we're just going to throw them in. Okay, but you can have fun doing that. Now the only one thing left I want to do is give myself a little tiny bit of a waterline in here. You know, make it look like ripples. This is liquid white on the knife, a very, very small bit of liquid white on the bottom of the knife, and I just scrape it in. And it'll look like it's rippling out from the waterfall. Well, maybe it will. Like it's supposed to. And we'll put a little over here. Okay, and I think we're going to call that done. That's a nice waterfall with dark mystery and lots of greens, and this will look great in a green room. You're going to like this. And you can do it. I know you can do it. So write me and let me know. Painting number 19, I'll send you the directions. So bye-bye.